Hey everybody, Ben here from the Bonehead podcast and welcome to Undead starting rosters. We're doing a series of short videos looking at what you can buy on your team for 1 million builds in League. So Blood Bowl 2020 is coming. We've had many videos about what it's going to be about, and some of the players have changed, some of the prices have changed. So what you can get for your League builds has changed as well. So we're going to be looking at every single team and giving you 1, 2 or 3 builds we think are worth considering for your League. So key changes for the Undead roster is that mummies and ghouls both went up 5k. So not a lot when you think about it, but actually if you want to take 2 mummies and you want to take 2 to 4 ghouls, you are losing sort of 20-30k out of your overall build. And with a team with expensive rerolls like the Undead team, that can affect your builds. So we're going to have a look at 3. The difference is we're going to have your full lineup, we're going to have 1 mummy and 2 mummies and 0 mummies. So we're going to have a look at what you can buy and why you might take that. The other thing to mention is zombies can't pass at all. So I've been involved in an all zombie league where there was some passing when there really shouldn't have been. So zombies versus skeletons has always been kind of contentious. They're useful for different things. I think the zombies with the movement 4 and the complete inability to pass are really just there for the line of scrimmage now. So I think you'll probably end up taking 2 zombies, maybe 3, just to really gum up the line of scrimmage. And the rest of those linemen will be skeletons to make use of that movement 5 and the mighty 6+ pass. So the first build we'll look at is the all-rounder build. So for this you get 2 mummies, 2 wights, 2 ghouls, 5 zombletons and 3 rerolls. When I say zombletons, that is zombies or skeletons depending on how you want to do it. If you've got 2 mummies to go on the line of scrimmage anyway, I would probably say 2 zombies and 3 skeletons. Skeletons with the extra movement can kind of protect your ghouls along with the wights, but obviously your mileage may vary. It depends on how you think. So for a league, starting out with 3 rerolls, because the price is double after the league begins, you've got a couple of block pieces, you've got high strength in the mummies with no nega traits, so mummies are very, very, very good. You've got high speed-ish, speed 7 and dodge in the ghouls, but you've got no ball handling skills at all. So those 3 rerolls are going to help get you out of those dodgy situations if you need to maneuver the ball at all. Now remember, you can't pass with zombies, and everything else is kind of taken a bit of a blow with passing ability. So it's going to be a running game for you, but having those rerolls to help pick up the ball and then to hand it off if you need to, or just take some really aggressive rerolls with blocks, having 3 is going to be really useful for you. This roster comes to 990, which leaves you 10k left over, so you can spend that to pick up 1 dedicated fan. Now the more dedicated fans you have, the more money both you and your opponent will earn every single game. So being able to spend that cheeky 10 to hopefully get 10 more thousand after every game is probably a good investment. And the second build we'll look at is a 1 mummy build. So why would you take a 1 mummy build? And the key to that is because this team with 1 mummy, 2 wights, 3 ghouls, 6 zombletons, probably 3 and 3, or maybe just 3 and 3, definitely 3 zombies to support your mummy on the line, and 3 skeletons to help support your runners, and 3 rerolls. The difference is this gives you 12 players, so you can take a mummy, you can take the 2 mummy roster, which gives you 11 players with 3 rerolls. This one gives you 12 players, 3 of them are ghouls, and you still get your 3 rerolls. So it is weaker. Believe me, mummies are good, but they are really slow. And the best way to beat an undead team is to separate it into 2 packs. Zombies and mummies, if you gum them up, you end up with pretty vulnerable players in the ghouls. And if a roster's only got 1 or 2 ghouls, if they lose them, they lose a lot of their agility and speed. This roster gives you the ability to have 3 ghouls and a bench. Now, the mummies, the wights, the zombletons all have regeneration, so not having a bench isn't the worst thing in the world. You've got 3 players, though, in the ghouls that don't have regen. Now, I think this will help you get more touchdowns than the other roster. It probably isn't the best in the long run. However, here you're saving up for a mummy, and the more touchdowns you get, the more gold you get in Blood Bowl 2020. So if with 3 ghouls you can help get an extra touchdown here and there, you're going to build up that cash quicker to get the money that you need for the mummy. So We do recommend the 2 mummy build because then you can just pile in the extra cash, 70k for a ghoul. But if you wanted something a bit faster with a bit more bench, 1 mummy build might be worth considering. And the last roster we're going to go for is the 4-4 build. Now, the magical thing about the 4-4 build is there are no mummies. So it's 4-4 because there's 4 ghouls and 4 rerolls. As far as League goes, it's probably not the best roster. Those mummies are fantastic players. Having strength 5, armor 9, no nega trait, big guys is huge. But this is an interesting build to consider for Undead if you want to play it as a fast team. So you've got 2 whites, they're movement 6. You've got 4 ghouls who are movement 7. If you take 3 zombies, put them on the line, and another 3 skeletons, movement 5, you've actually got quite an agile Undead team with 4 rerolls, so you can do stuff. So if you have mastered Undead and you want to try a new challenge or an alternate build, the 4 ghouls build will give you a very different feel for an Undead team. You will suffer on the line, but having 4 strength 3 movement 7 pieces with dodge, it does give you a very different feel. So there's 3 rosters for you to consider there. It all depends on how many mummies you want. The first one, the all-rounder build with 2 mummies, 2 whites, 2 ghouls, 5 zombletons and 3 rerolls is probably the best one, and I think that carries over from Blood Bowl 16. You get 1 fan factor essentially for that, or 1 dedicated fans. The 1 mummy build leaves you at 980, so you can get 2, and the no mummy roster, the 4-4 build, gives you no spare cash at all. That is a cool 1 million. You've got the 4 rerolls, so when you get that 140k you'd need to buy a reroll, you can buy a mummy instead. With your team regenerating, it's interesting. It is subpar, and I would really recommend the all-rounder build. So let us know what you thought of this roster, of these rosters, the video. Let us know who you want us to do next, because we have got all of these teams to do. We've got a bunch of brews lined up that we've worked with the community, and yeah, I'm really excited to see some of these rosters take the field. So thanks very much for watching. We will catch you again soon.